Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience for 50% faster job preparation. Finally, your Phase 1 SEBI Grade A legal result is now out, and now is the time to move with a little more speed for your Phase 2. Your exam for Phase 2 is on the 21st of February. Quickly, let's revise the exam pattern. Your exam pattern consists of two papers. Phase Paper 1, which will be your descriptive English paper that you have to type with the help of a keyboard. This will be a 60 minutes paper with 1/3 weightage. Your Paper 2 will be consisting of a combination of objective 70 marks objective paper of 70 questions and then 30 marks descriptive questions from your legal subjects of 3 questions of 10 marks each. You will get a total of 120 minutes, 60 minutes each for your objective and your descriptive paper, and this will together have a 2/3 weightage overall from the 100 marks. So let's move ahead. What should be your target score? The past cutoffs, if we look at in 2020, your cutoffs have moved from in Phase 2 from 68.33, 67.67, 65.5, and last year it jumped very high to 71.33. So what should we expect in 2025? That is how much you should be targeting and a safe score to ensure not just that you clear Phase 2 but also have a good possibility of meeting the overall cutoff. For this, if we assume an average performance in the interview so that you are not too much reliant on the interview itself, aim for 72 plus marks in your Phase 2. This 72 is of course out of 100 marks after including both your descriptive English and your Paper 2. If we break this down, 72 marks, then approximately 50 plus marks is what you should be targeting in Paper 1 and around 82 plus kind of marks in your Paper 2, out of which you can say 60 plus marks out of 70 in your objective paper and around 22 plus kind of marks out of 30 in your descriptive legal paper. There can be various other combinations to reach the 72 marks, like if you are not very great in English, around 39, still you should be aiming for 40 around marks. In that case, your reliance on legal goes up substantially. So these are various permutation and combination examples only given here. Based on how you stand between these two subjects, you should be aiming for a total of around 72 marks. What should be your Phase 2 strategy in that case? Before I move on, I would also like to share that iExamB has been guiding for SEBI legal exams since 2020, and we are proud to be associated with the selections of many SEBI legal officers over these last four recruitment cycles. Our Phase 2 course focuses on your crisp preparation with the help of videos, study notes, chapter test, live classes, and full-length practice test for Paper 2 and for Paper 1, consisting of 10 mock tests, including objective and descriptive both for your 10 mock tests, and 5 mock tests for descriptive English, which will also include checking of the descriptive parts. We also provide summary sheets for various legal syllabus topics, MCQ booklets, and descriptive question booklets also for your further enhanced practice. We are also conducting live classes. You can see the schedule over here on the screen. You can also download this from the description box. Now let's look at Paper 2 legal. Phase 2 syllabus, if you will see, is divided into 3 aspects: your criminal laws, including your BSA, then your corporate laws, including Companies Act, LLP, and IBC, having 30% weightage each for these 2 segments, and then your securities law, which has a 40% weightage. Securities law includes the security acts like your SCRA, SEBI Act, and the depositories, and 3 key regulations related to prohibition of fraudulent and unfair trade practices, substantial acquisition of shares and takeovers, and prohibition of insider trading. What you should be your approach? 100% syllabus coverage is important, but you can move in the order of securities law covering and understanding very well SEBI Act, what its establishment is, management of the board, what are its functions, what are its different powers, understanding the role of SAT, and then moving under SCRA, the various kind of securities, also about the Depositories Act. Under corporate law, your prospectus, shares, debentures, auditors, directors qualification, and appointment meetings, LCLT, become the most important, and then of course move on to cover other aspects mentioned here. The smaller acts like LLP and IBC have also gained importance, and we have seen a good number of questions getting asked from these topics also. And last priority can be criminal laws. Not that they are not important, definitely important, but usually you have tend to study these for various other exams or in your education also, but these securities law are important, so start with that. A detailed video on how you can approach the descriptive part from these topics has also been done by Indra ma'am. The link of that is also provided in the description box. If we look at the trend of questions from the past that have been asked, most important will be 23 and 24 to ask, because this is the time when the syllabus between phase 1 and phase 2 was split, plus the descriptive pattern was introduced. So if we will see from the criminal laws, they stick to the weightages. So yes, approximately 30-30 weightage is given to corporate and criminal laws and 40% to securities. So we saw a good number of questions come from BNSS and BNS, followed by some questions from your BSA. Yes, in the past, of course, the question came from CRPC, IPC and evidence. Now they will be asked from BNS, BNSS and BSA. Your Companies Act corporate does take away the bulk of your corporate laws, 15 questions and 10 questions before that. And then we do see, as I stated, good number of questions come from IBC and LLP also. Your securities law, yes, carries 40% weightage, and last year there were around 27 questions asked. The good part is last year there were 4 more regulations which have now been removed, so you have to focus only on these. So expect 2-3 questions each from all of these topics to be increased and asked in this year. So fairly good distribution, and in this way you can move ahead with your preparation. Yes, please do not neglect and forget about your paper 1. It requires attention and practice. For this, it is very important you have a scoring mindset, which means not just knowledge but a good command and control over your language, ensuring that you follow a structure relevant, and there is clarity of thought that is presented in your writing, and you stick to the language and the word limit that is given. For essay, you can follow a simple structure of introduction, your main body, your way forward and conclusion. And some of the common topics that SEBI does ask relate to AI and fintech, climate finance, market integrity, investor education and corporate governance. For Prezi, always remember you have to compress it, not summarize it. And for that, a good structure skeleton of a theme, cause and effect, impact, constraints, and recommendation will help you to always stick to that thought. Never introduce any new point, and ensure that you don't miss the core point of the passage. For RC, your correct inference and direct linkage to the passage is very, very important. Please do not bring out any new outside knowledge. Keep the intent of the author intact in your answers and stay within the word limit. Practicing this will help you ensure that you reach that 50 marks in your paper 1 also. So what is it that you should be focusing on? Revision and practice, that is the key. And how you can move ahead for that? For paper 2, practice at least 150 to 200 MCQs daily from the syllabus. If the syllabus is not complete, still go ahead and practice. Practice at least 2 to 3 legal descriptive questions also daily. Again, if you do not know that particular topic, look at the sample answers and then practice by typing out the answer. Give 10 clean days before the exam for full-length mock test, both for paper 1 and paper 2, with sufficient time to analyze your performance also. Ensure that you are reaching your target score in every successive mock test. Paper 1, keep practicing 3 to 4 essays every day. For Prezi, 2 to 3 Prezi every week. You can also read editorials and use them for Prezi practice. And RCs, again, 2 to 3 passages every week. And for that, you should practice by typing out the answers to the questions. At iExamB, we focus a lot on practice and revision, for which we provide legal summary sheets, your section tests, descriptive questions, MCQ booklets to ensure your readiness for your legal paper, and for your descriptive English paper, providing a lot of mock tests which will also be evaluated to give you the performance. Full-length practice test for your legal paper, which consists of objective plus descriptive exact exam format, so that you are prepared for the exam, not just from the content but also with the right mental mindset. If you need any further information, you can download our app or visit our website or call us at 920-552-4028. Wishing you all the best and see you all in the interview stage.